to then comment on, you know what, you did say you were going to do that. And again, it's not like he's saying, I'm leaving because I want to go elevate white people. No, I understand there are other black coaches that don't have these opportunities at these levels. And I'm pretty sure his goal is going to be to coach in the NFL. And
hello.
If anybody's going to criticize him for trying to do that, then at the same time, you cannot complain about there not being enough black coaches in the NFL or on that higher level.
Right.
Here, I'll go to you.
Well, okay, a couple things. One, what John says is correct.
Hold on. Before we get into the rest of this, Deion did what he said he was going to do. He succeeded. And he made an example. Now, my question is, where are all the other black, successful football players who know for sure they can coach a team? Where are they at? Where are all the black coaches who got shafted in the NFL? Point being, it's a shitload of other black men who could take that job at Jackson State and a job at every other HBCU and do exactly what Deion has done. That is the point. That is why we can't succeed. That is our fucking problem. And you got everybody at Deion pant legs saying, you should do this, you should do that. He already did something. He already led the way. He already got it popping. Now, what a problem is that the only thing different I could say Deion could have did was picked his replacement himself and worked that out himself. But to be honest with you, shit, the man done already done so much. Only thing, I'm a black man, only thing I knew about black HBCUs was they wasn't getting enough money. Trump gave them some money and a different world. And then there's Deion. That's all I knew about him. I donate and I ain't gonna lie to you, I donate because somebody asked me, and it's just a tax write-off I had for the past few years. But how many people even donate that's got something to say? Probably not that many. And then you don't see the landscape of it. And instead of being on Deion's back, because I'm tired of this as a black man. It's always the ones of us that's actually doing something that gotta hear everybody else's bullshit. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm tired of it. It don't matter if you a coach, a stepdad, a uncle, a son. It don't matter. In the black community, those of us that's doing something, that's trying to do something, that's accomplishing things, that's standing on something, we gotta hear all the bullshit, while the people that's supposed to do something, that can do something, that should do something, get a pass. And signed responsible black man, tired of that shit. But we're gonna dig back into this.
Young black top recruits don't run to these white schools. Come here and I'm gonna change the culture. I'm gonna show you, come here and I'll change the culture. Because we don't need to run to these white schools. And he can't turn around and do the same thing. It's just not right to do that.
But why does it have to stop? It doesn't have, it doesn't.
Well, you know what? This is how it is. Because they're coming sometimes for him. They were coming for him to play for a legend. Okay, if you don't think so, that's fine. But let me ask you a question. In his what do you call it, conference, a press conference, he talked about Colorado. And
Deion Sanders is not the only legend that can coach a football team. He is not. There are hundreds of black men who are legends who could fucking coach a football team. Hundreds, not just Deion. People went to go play for Deion because he was a black dude clearly doing something he didn't have to do, which means he believed in it. Ain't got shit to do with Deion per se. Because Colin Kaepernick could go do the same shit and get even more publicity if he win. Facts. And so can Michael Vick. And man, the list so long is not fucking funny.
Virtually, this place is crime free. What the?
Join me in the Finished Quantum 24 hours.
Ah, man.
Start by cooking a lasagna.
And then
30 dishes straight.
People so small-minded. Seeing Detroit's a black city, always have been a black city. Well, the white folks gave it to us. And before they gave it to us, we was accepted here. Because a lot of niggas that ran away to Canada got here and didn't run no more. So with that being said, Deion going to Colorado and them talking about that's the whitest college. That's where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to go to the worst place, and they talking about their record bad. He's supposed to go to the worst place in the worst situation and do his black man thing the same way. And this is kind of funny. Nobody had a problem with this when Obama left the Senate for Chicago, where he actually made a difference in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. Nobody cared when he left that to go be president. Nobody gave a fuck. You know why? Because it was the symbolism we needed, or we thought we needed, even though the job we needed was vacated, and we saw what happened to Chicago once he got out of the position he was in that valued us.
I'm just saying we can't continue to turn our back on people who come.
And now Deion, because what's going on in the NFL is messed up. What's going on with all of these coaching jobs is messed up. Golden State Warriors was a team put together by a black coach that he had the team stolen from him. All of this shit need to stop. And it's only going to stop one way, and that's if everybody play their position. It's 1 million black men who would love to be college coaches, who would make good money doing it, and they not stepping up to do it. And that's my problem. We all on Deion's back, but you see how everybody attack Kyrie, and now everybody attacking Deion? But ain't nobody stand up to say, you know what, man, let me holler at Kyrie, let me teach him, or let me see where he at. Ain't nobody standing up to say, you know what, Deion, you took it this far, let me take it the rest of the way. And then Deion was the only dude doing what he did. What if 10 or 12 other professional black football players did the same thing? You know what would have happened? All 10, 12 of them would have got a job, and then they could have had their HBCU jobs replaced by other black men. And that's how we infiltrate. That's how we infiltrate. That's how we dominate, and that's how we get our control back. And him talking about leveling up, like, he wasn't saying being white was leveling up. He talking about the social standings. It's not him that pick what school go to what bowl games to play for what money. It's not him that picks what school has endowments. It's not him that pick what schools have federal funding or alumni that actually contribute. It's not him that picked that. It's not him at all. But it is him, the black man, leading that shit. And as another black man, I feel it. So, like, man, you motherfuckers get off Deion's back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then this is another thing that really bothers me. This dude could do all type of shit for money. He don't have to go be no coach. I don't know if you ever been a coach, but there's no amount of money you could pay a coach that pays for him being a coach. There's so much shit tied into being a coach. So much shit tied into being a coach outside of whatever sport you coaching, that it's a tough job. That's why you see them go gray or go bald, and they always yelling. They be having heart attacks. Coaching is a hard job. He ain't got to do that shit. He, more so than Shaq and the rest of them motherfuckers, could go sign a piece of paper and sit for 8 hours a week in front of somebody's camera and make $20 million a year. Nigga, you know it the same way I know it. And he signed a contract to make $20 million over a few years. And you saying he did that for money? Come on, man, where are your sense at? And then regardless of how you feel about a black man's choices, we need to quit running to these platforms talking about them, especially when you don't understand. You got people that don't even know what Deion's plan was, speaking on what the fuck he doing now. What part of the game is that? People talking about some Deion was selfish, Deion this, Deion that. Deion was a fucking winner. I don't know what the fuck he did wrong. I don't know what the fuck he did right. What I know is that motherfucker was winning. He wins. And then he stepped over into another shit and won. He stepped over into music and won. That motherfucker wins. So why are we speaking about a winner? Now, I'm not on Deion level, but this is some shit I go through in my personal life. And then people say, well, why black men don't do this? Why black men don't do that? Look, this dude done just won. He done created a dream. He done changed lives. He done did so many different things. And now what is he doing? Being attacked, ridiculed, debated, and having to explain himself to a bunch of black people that don't want to understand. Not that they can't understand. Not that they don't understand. They don't want to understand. And on top of not wanting to understand, they're attacking him. What part of the game is that? I just had to add this part in there, man. I really love how she spoke, this young lady here. I really appreciate it. It's very rare you hear a black woman get to speak like this. Well, I ain't gonna say get to, but it's a lot of them out here. We just don't get to see and hear from them as much as we do.
But why does it have to stop? It doesn't have, like, it doesn't.
And she got her natural. That might be some weave, but it got a natural look.
They were coming for him to play for a legend. Okay.
Tear his ass up, baby.
Let me ask you a question. In his what do you call it, conference, a press conference, he talked about Colorado, and he said virtually.
I love Pierre, but he got a shirt on that say "Stop Pocket Watching." But they was all just talking about Deion going for the money.
It's crime free. What the does that got to do with anything? He said those words. Virtually, this place is crime free. Why would Deion Sanders bring that up in a conference? Is it because where he was at before had too much crime? What is necessary to bring that up? That's all I want to know. Why would he say it's virtually crime free? And that's out of his mouth. Why does he say Colorado is virtually crime free?
That's a great question. I would definitely love to review it, but I would challenge that too. Like, what would be the reason? And again, I'm not saying that I don't think that people should feel away. I'm not saying that people shouldn't ask questions, but I'm just saying we can't continue to turn.
Mind you, we talking about a country boy.
It's up to us to continue it. Now that we're looking at HBCUs different, I need more people to show up and support HBCUs. Don't just talk about it, be about it. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to complain about Deion Sanders for coming and doing what he said he was going to do, cool. He leaves. Okay, cool. You're not my savior.
She looking better and better.
I'm not looking to you to save us. It's up to us to step up to the plate and do it. So that leads me to my next question. And Capone, I'll come to you because I definitely want you to add in on this conversation.
That shit bothered me. Capone say he want the nigga to fail, man. What kind of shit is that? You want a black man to fail because he ain't doing what you want him to do, how you want him to do it? It's shit that you can do differently, Capone. It's people that say you be fucking them on them comedy tours you be promoting and you don't pay like you supposed to. But you don't see nobody on the internet promoting that. Just, it's funny. Being involved in certain things for a living, you get to know certain stuff that most people wouldn't. But, can't just apply it when it ain't you.
It helps more building at our own HBCUs or breaking these barriers, that Deion has talked about with, coaches at different levels where we don't see as many black coaches as we do black players.
I have to say this. If Deion did not elevate those black kids into a winning team,
anybody else could have did that. How do you know that? You don't know that. People been offering this motherfucking Deion shit for however long. And then so what? Them TV contracts he got them to sign for Jackson State gonna continue. Them endorsements he got, long as they keep playing, it's gonna continue. He saw them players through 3 years. Some of them are about to graduate. Some of them are about to go pro.
In a position. He got the winning from Jackson State. He turned everything around. And I'm not knocking. I know business, and it's a good business move. But the minute that they start losing or they don't win, watch how those people turn on him. That is the thing that people
and
are
that's
missing.
His problem. That's his problem. He already willing to accept it. And primetime ain't about to be losing. He actually don't even gotta win. He actually don't even got to win. All he got to do is make it to them games. All he got to do is not fuck up. That's it. That's it. I know as a black man it's risky, but shit, he on his way to the pros, man. Y'all, that's like somebody trying to tell you how to set up a joke, Capone. But I don't diss black men. But it's things I can say about you being a comedian. The fuck? I don't like how we just jump on these situations and just jump on each other. I hate that shit.
And he won, and he was winning, and he turned the whole culture around to show that if we come together, we can do something good. And then here it is, a great thing of divide and conquer. Hey, man, let's offer this guy some of this money and see if he can be bought. And he was bought.
Bought, turn the culture around. He doing the job.
He don't need the money. That is the bottom line, and that's what pisses me off. He don't need the money. And so for him to make these decisions and turn his back on his kids, I can't respect it.
Pierre, I'll come to you next with that same question. What do you think helps more, building at an HBCU or breaking those barriers that we've talked about, not seeing, those black
He did both.
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, most players go to these bigger schools because of...
Lastly, with this whole Deion shit, we can't keep putting everything on one black man. We just can't. It need to take a team. And we can't come in telling everybody what they supposed to do. Everybody pick up and play the role that the powers that be meant for them to play. It's where's Kaepernick? It's so many people that can fill that role, fill that void. And then furthermore, people pointing out, well, all the promotion and all of this and that is gonna leave. Well, why do we accept that from ESPN? Ain't Stephen A. Smith over there? It's a black person at all of these places where you saying they gonna take something from us. So why is the black person that they dependent on to talk to the rest of us allowing that? And this is where all that shit get convoluted at. What's Shaq gonna do? What's Stephen A. Smith gonna do? They ain't gonna say nothing if they quit, if the cameras quit recording, because them same kids that's winning is still playing. And that's where we become some punks, bitches, and hoes. Oh, it's syrup and everything in there because I ain't got no silverware, no nothing. Okay. Thank you. You know it. Now look. I normally don't do all this, but that same young lady just fucked up my food. And this for my yeah. This ain't just my food. But it ain't none of this food mine. Junior mama in the middle of buying a house, so their whole life is kind of uprooted. So I'm about to get over here to my sons and get them on the way for their day and get their mama breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it's about, man. We all do what we can, not what somebody else tells us we're supposed to do. And any black man doing anything, standing on 10 toes, like, everybody else just needs to shut the fuck up. And this is why it's so impossible for us to have and do anything. Shit, you telling me if another TV show come offer Pierre 10X to come guest star on there, he not supposed to go? Yes, he's supposed to go. His point of view is needed on another platform. And we not supposed to hate him for that. Long as he don't get over there and become a different Pierre, then that's what the problem is. Deion Sanders been Deion Sanders since I was a kid, man. Like, before I was jacking off, Deion Sanders was Deion Sanders. So, like, and he's been the same dude. Only difference is the curl. And to be honest with you, he seems more in touch and more militant and more for black people now than he did when I was a kid. He seems more touchable, more tangible, more All of the above. So like, man, eat one. Go ahead, Coach Prime. I know where you going. I'm from Detroit. They got rid of Coach Caldwell. He was the most winningest coach the Lions ever had. Better than Fonts and everybody else, which ain't hard to be because they've been fucking losing since before my daddy was a fucking kid. Since before my daddy was a baby. Since before my daddy was a sperm, these motherfuckers, god damn it, with all that money and every time, like, they don't understand what dig. Detroit is the best example of what the fuck Deion Sanders is trying to fight against. You talking about a city with one of the richest football teams, backed by one of the richest families in America. Blue blood. Blue blood. The same motherfuckers that was the first people to actually really pay black men a real livable wage. Now they are a large factor due to them being against other people, but it was a benefit to us black folks. They paid us good money because they didn't want other type of folks making that money. But they won't let us coach that team to win. Matter of fact, it's so dirty. Caldwell won those games. This is when the football season was 14 games, and he went 9-14. Now he won 9 out of 14. The next season it was 16 games, and they fired his ass. The Lions ain't never had a motherfucking record like that. They working on it now. We fucking with them now. Well, we been fucking with them because Detroit is Detroit, and even when you're wrong, it's still Detroit. So what the fuck is we gonna do about it? But support, because it's fucking Detroit. And the rest of America don't really fuck with us because we got the water. So it's really Michigan versus everybody. But you know, everybody know if you from Michigan, you'd rather say you're from Detroit. That's a fact, shit. But man, y'all get the fuck off Coach Prime back, man. Imagine if he was the coach of Ohio or U of M. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to be looking at. And then we need to quit. Like, it's us that's making it can only be one nigga. It's us doing that. It's us. If I quit driving this car, I could probably name you 25, 40 black men that's in a position to lead football teams that would be great coaches. I'm sure I could. That ain't nobody thinking about offering the job, and they may not even be thinking about it. But if somebody was to ask them, say it, or offer it to them, I bet they might do it. But whatever the case may be, man, y'all enjoy y'all night, man. Get the fuck off Prime. MC Hammer, where you at? Where you at, Hammer, man? Where you supposed to have your man's back. You supposed to be out there with them damn suits on, dancing the jig. Say, leave alone, my nigga. Must be the money. No, let me quit. I fuck with Prime. Outside, I mean, I don't want that to get convoluted. Like, I wasn't his biggest fan because I'm from Detroit. It's all about fucking Barry Sanders and Moore, and you know, it's about those guys, you know. But you can't deny the prime time, man. And he ain't never been a sellout. He just fucking prime time. He was Floyd Mayweather before Floyd Mayweather. He just played football. Y'all don't get it because football is a team sport, but it's the same routine. But he ain't never stopped being black. And then you got to remember, that's a country boy. So when he say things like about crime and stuff like that, you got to, you know, not country like Atlanta, not country like Memphis, but country like fucking, what is it, Buell, Texas? Country, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, open area. Everybody know everybody. Miss Jackson know Jason, the one that stole that shit off her porch. You know, like country. Like, man, quit. And then so what, man? Quit a black man can't say shit. This shit is I'm about to start personalizing this because I'm going through some of these same issues on the lower scale in my own life. Like, dog. And look at me. I just said lower scale because I'm thinking about social standards. But really, it's all the same. The same way he said elevated, but he thinking about social standards. He know he playing a social game to get where he going. But to him, ain't no difference in coaching high school or the Super Bowl when he talking about the idea of coaching and dealing with young males trying to be the best. He know what that is. But it's to everybody else that it's the difference. It's to everybody else it's a problem. It's to everybody else things need to be separated. Anyway, you know, all my honeycombs is in the burbs now, so let me quit. And we'll get back to y'all later with this shit. We out.